I loved working on WandaVision. It's one of the highlights of my career. I loved that cast, that crew, everything we got to do on that was so exciting. And I think similarly, this movie deals with family. It deals with a husband and wife and children in the same way that WandaVision tackled those very personal ideas. But it was bold stylistically in the same way that Wanda was bold. We were creating sitcom realities for WandaVision, and for this we were creating a whole new Earth and a whole new universe that was a 60s retro-futuristic New York. So both of them required similar world building as well as, I think, similar family thematics.
I would describe Reed Richards as many things. He's a scientist. He is an explorer, and he is a husband. And I wouldn't put it necessarily in that order. If anything, I might reverse the order. He's very smart, and his brain is addicted, I think, to the universe and beyond, and solving equations, and always understanding the mathematics of reality, and in a world of numbers, so that you can always come up with a solution. But what really anchors him and really defines his identity is his relationship to his family.
I play a character called Johnny Storm. His personality is, he's curious, he's silly, he's adventurous, he's fiery. His special skill is setting himself on fire and flying. And Johnny's relationship with the other members of the Fantastic Four, he is the biological brother of the brilliant Sue Storm, the brother-in-law to Mr. Reed Richards, the brother from another mother to Ben Grimm.
So Sue Storm is known as Marvel's mother because she was the first mother of Marvel, and she has 2 kids in the comics. And her powers are becoming invisible and using force fields to do that, so therefore she can use force fields to move things and to move frequency, and yeah, it's a very special power, I think. Her relationship to the others, well, her little brother Johnny is, I think they have a beautiful sibling relationship, and we loved playing it. I loved it. Ben, I always felt like he was her secret best friend too, and they had a very private relationship, I think, that was always really special. I mean, friendship.
Yeah, Ben Grimm is a very practical, kind of terrestrial man, like whereas Reed lives in a world of abstraction. I think Ben has his feet on the ground. He is deeply committed to his family. I think Ben is a very loyal man, and after they go through this profound transformation, he's even further enmeshed with his family. He has a real need to depend on these people that are so close to him, people that knew him before, and that he can sort of feel at home with. I think he's a person, because he's been transformed into quite a scary-looking.
How do I fulfill these tasks? I mean, yeah, I think there's a sense of control, but also never showing that, you know, she's losing control. You know, because it's like life or death, because I feel like she works with Galactus, but she can't ever show that or feel it, in front of people that it's life or death. So always trying to like maintain that cool in a way, even though it's not cool. It's the opposite.
Yeah, Galactus is a cosmic being, but also a giant spaceship. So a lot of that is, the cosmic being part of it is kind of up to me to do the work as an actor before I set foot on set. And then the job on set, practical job on set for 2/3 of the time I was filming was wearing the practical suit. So I've said before, it's like driving a Formula One car, or being a Formula One car in a sense. whereby I've got a huge pit crew of about 8 people around me to to help me to get all the bits off in between takes, to cool me down, and then put them all back on to go. And huge air conditioning units which they put up the back of my costume to keep my body temperature down.
Matt Shakman, I've known for most of my adult life. We've been friends for about 26 years. And this is the first time that we've gotten to work together. We'd worked together on staged readings of plays and stuff like that back in the day. And so to step into something as big as this together was, it felt very special. It felt very fated. I think that, like Eben said, he built the world for us in every way, whether it was our bedroom or our spaceship or Galactus's ship. Or having an incredible puppeteer running around with us as 𝘨𝘠𝘰𝘰𝘁, creating an incredible scene partner, and just always the elements that you need to interact with to believe the world that you're in and to help inform the character that you're playing in every detail. And I think that the story of becoming parents is very, very personal to him. And the idea of parenthood, so he was always there to kind of navigate that emotional journey for the 2 of us as parents, and for the 4 of us as a family, bringing in a 5th. So yeah, he was our movie daddy.
Matt Shakman, I think, worked harder on this film than anyone I've ever been around in a working professional space. I mean, he just, even when I would say, oh, I've been thinking this thing about the scene and could we chat about it? He'd be Zooming with us on a Sunday night when he'd had no sleep and he was preparing for the week ahead. I mean, he just put his heart and soul into it and was fiercely committed to realizing it. And, we were taking care of our little individual character trajectory as well as our family one, but he was taking care of the entire whole, the whole picture, including, when we would go and do the big sequences like the birth, he would have mapped that birth out for 2 years in advance in his mind and how cinematically he was going to realize that, whereas we joined his vision. And I'm so grateful for his unbelievable discipline, because he didn't, there wasn't 1 second that he wasn't living and breathing this movie for us, on behalf of us. And yeah, we just got to be like the embodiment of it within his vision.
Well, yes, I had the good fortune of working with Matt a few years ago on Game of Thrones. He very kindly gave me maybe 8 lines in one of the episodes there, and I met him and we had a very rainy day, few days in Belfast together. And he was lovely and cordial and got everything done and was open to ideas and didn't fire me, so that was good. And then coming onto this, he has a singular vision, and it was very clear that he had a clear direction where he wanted to take this world. There was a very specific texture, and his bravery to lean into a world that felt very practical. The sets that we were working on were just enormous and did so much valuable storytelling. I imagine for him as a director, but also it was so much easier for us as actors to go in there. I think for him to have that instinct to lean into practical aspects of filmmaking, with 𝘨𝘠𝘰𝘁 especially, that really brought something that feels authentic alongside, hopefully, the performances. I'm certain that the authenticity of the adoration and the love and the care that these characters have for each other are there because we felt them organically as actors.
Fantastic Four have been popular for 60+ years because they're a family. They're relatable. They feel like us. We can all understand what it's like to be in a family because we've been in one, And then it's about brothers and sisters. It's about husbands and wives. It's about children. It's about best friends. It's about all of these bonds that define our lives. And I think that's what people feel when they see it. I mean, I bring that in my love of Fantastic Four, but also I try to bring that to the film as a husband and a father myself, trying to make the film as personal and as relatable as possible.